Erin here from Children's Ministries. Have you ever had a hard time believing a crazy story that somebody told? Maybe a friend at school says that their dad is a movie star, or that they can lift 100 pounds over their head, or that they fought a lion with their bare hands. When you hear stories like these, you probably have a lot of questions about what happened, don't you? I mean, you want to experience something like that with your own eyes. In our Bible story today, we meet somebody that actually heard a crazy story like this for himself and wanted to see it with his very own eyes. Here is the story of Thomas, one of Jesus' disciples.
Jesus rose from the dead and appeared to his disciples. Jesus died on the cross and rose back to life. A short time after this, he went to see his friends, the disciples. When he saw them, he showed them the scars that he got from the cross.
Jesus' disciples were so happy to see him alive. But one of the disciples wasn't there, and that disciple was Thomas.
The other disciples ran to tell Thomas about this amazing experience they had seeing Jesus, but Thomas couldn't believe it.
Can you imagine how Thomas must have felt? He just missed out on the most epic of all events.
So Thomas says, "I'll believe it when I can touch Jesus' wounds."
Can you blame Thomas for maybe not believing that story? Or for being curious or having questions about how it actually happened? Would you believe it if somebody told you that someone had died and came back to life? Thomas had a lot of courage for asking the questions that he did. My guess is that we would be a lot like Thomas. We would be pretty bummed that we missed out on seeing something as amazing as Jesus alive again. We would want to see it with our own eyes, and we would probably have a lot of questions too. Well, guess what happened? Jesus came back just for Thomas. Jesus loved Thomas so much that he wanted to help answer his questions. About a week later, Thomas and all of the disciples were together again, and Jesus wanted Thomas to see him alive too.
So Jesus showed Thomas his scars, and he even let Thomas touch them so that he could be sure that it was him. He wasn't angry at Thomas for questioning. He was happy to show him and help him believe.
Wow, what a difference that must have made in Thomas's life to see Jesus alive again and to know and trust that the story was true. Kids, did you know that it's normal and actually really good when we ask questions about God? And did you know that God does not get upset with us when we ask those questions? In fact, those questions are really important in our faith. Our questions that we have about Jesus and the understanding that we seek can help us grow in our faith and understand Jesus more. So next time you think you're asking too many questions about God or your faith, remember how curious Thomas was and that Jesus is never afraid of your questions. Thomas cared enough about his faith to be curious. He was excited to learn the truth. His excitement, his questions, his curiosity all led him to see the resurrected Jesus.